The Ukrainian Armed Forces are not stuck in static defense. They're maneuvering, counterattacking and launching small-scale offensives when they can. Colonel Vladyslav Voloshyn, spokesman for the Defense Forces of southern Ukraine, said this live on Espreso TV. Today we're not in a blind defense. Sitting still means you can be destroyed and your positions overrun. We're using maneuverable defense and, when we get the chance, we counterattack and carry out small offensives. In other areas, our commander-in-chief reported we've liberated some settlements and pushed the enemy back from key positions, he said. Voloshyn added that Russia is struggling to move assault units and equipment to the front. When we go on the defensive actively, we prevent that, and the enemy holds back from attacking. Our commander-in-chief was right. We're preparing and soon we'll take active steps to drive the enemy out. Every soldier in the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Defense Forces wants this, he said. Ukraine's armed forces will not remain stuck in passive defense and are scaling up assault units across the front. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, General Oleksandr Syrskyi, said. Speaking about the military's plans and priorities, Syrskyi stressed that Ukrainian forces will not simply sit back and defend. Of course, we will not remain in deep defense, he said, because it leads nowhere. In the end, it only results in retreat, the loss of troops, and the loss of territory. Ukraine will continue to combine defensive actions with offensive operations, Syrskyi said. Where possible, we strike the enemy and carry out counterattacks. He added, we advance wherever we identify weak spots in the enemy's lines. According to Syrskyi, Ukraine's assault units are being expanded. These include individual units and regiments formed at the start of the Kursk operation. He said, referring to Ukraine's recent large-scale cross-border military effort. They're now fighting in the most difficult sectors of the front. Syrskyi noted that these assault forces are actively both in areas where Ukraine is advancing and in sectors where Russian troops have made gains and must be stopped, including in Sumy Oblast.
Iran has fired missiles at a U.S. based in Qatar, Axios reported on Monday, citing Western officials. According to the report, Al Udeid base outside of Doha was facing a credible threat. The base is home to U.S. CENTCOM's HQ and British military personnel also serve there on rotation. Shortly before the attack, Qatar closed its airspace amid escalating threats of Iranian retaliation against the United States after the attack on Iran on Saturday night. Trump administration officials are convening in Washington, D.C. over the fresh attack. Just before the explosions, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian wrote on X, "We neither initiated the war nor seeking it. But we will not leave invasion to the great Iran without answer." According to regional media, Iran may also strike U.S. bases in Kuwait, Bahrain and Iraq.
Allahu Akbar. Madam.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله. Southwest, coming from the direction of Al-Udeid. Windows are shaking. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Probably a Patriot.
Satellite photos show Natanz and Isfahan nuclear sites in Iran before and after the US strikes that were conducted on Sunday. According to Associated Press, satellite images analyzed Monday by the Associated Press appear to show at least one crater at Iran's Natanz nuclear enrichment site after the United States targeted the underground portion of the facility. A hole of around 5 meters could be seen in images taken by Planet Labs PBC and Maxar Technologies on Sunday after the American strikes. That hole sits directly over the underground portion of the site, which includes centrifuge halls. Iran has offered no assessment of how much damage has been done at the site. Previous Israeli strikes destroyed an above-ground centrifuge hall, as well as all of the power equipment at the site, likely cutting its electrical supply. Satellite images of Iran's Isfahan Nuclear Technology Center captured by Maxar Technologies also showed surface-level damage to the site following the US strikes.